Brent Jarvis. I used to own a shop called Performance Restorations. I recently sold that. I'm retired right now, enjoying vintage racing and other things in my life. Performance Restorations was a shop that built special high-end muscle cars. The bottom line is most of the cars we work on are the cars from the 60s and 70s, muscle cars, and they're all modified machines for performance. Some are updated with modern drive lines. A lot of people like to do that. For instance, a Camaro, 69 Camaro with brand new Camaro suspension and engine. Other people do it the way this car is done. You start with a clean piece of paper based on what you want to do, and you start compiling components and parts. A lot of it's scratch built, and you create the car that you want. What really made this car special to me was what Mike wanted. He wanted a lot of the things that I like in cars. He wanted extreme acceleration, really good handling. He paid really good attention to the performance aspect of this car. The engine is, I would say, fairly unique in this car. Most people now, the norm, the trend is to throw an LS engine in there. I'm not a trendy person, not at all. I use things that work, things that are an absolute, that are no hassle, no problem. If you want to make a lot of power, you just throw a big block Chevy in it. It's going to do it. This engine makes 850 horsepower with a single 4-barrel. It's a proven entity. It's a big bulletproof monster under the hood. However, this car is not a track car. It's a street car with track capabilities. It's got a lot under the hood. It's got a really killer brake system. It's got a great suspension system. You got to get it out there to see how it works. You simply can't do that on the street. Well, to get it sorted out and working, you got to get it on the track. And it's been a fun day so far, let me say. Nothing major has happened. I've made a few adjustments. We've discovered a few things. We need to tweak a few things on the car, but there's nothing major. It's absolutely awesome on the track. The main thing is trying to get everything to work together. That's actually what we're doing today. We're sorting things out here. Combining the right components, it's the combination of all these parts that's really tricky. With this car, the paint was a big challenge. This is a pearlescent 3-stage paint. And everything is painted inside, outside, and it's very complicated to get a paint job like this to lay out evenly. There's a lot of custom work done, a lot of hand sanding, blocking, and so forth to get things straight and smooth. The chassis, getting the chassis to fit underneath. This has a Schwartz Extreme chassis. It's a complete perimeter chassis underneath the Camaro, which is a unibody car. So there's a lot of fabrication to be done to get this thing fit under there, to get it square, to get all the control points right on the money. You don't get that thing in there straight, the car's not going to go straight down the highway, you know. Some of the things that you wouldn't see on other cars definitely are the bodywork treatments. Like I was explaining about the spoiler, which is now a 3-piece unit. It's molded into the quarters. The rear body panel has been raised, molded into the bumper, really tight and close. The bumpers have been cut, shortened, fit, welded back together, all the bolts cut off, welded smooth. What most people do at that point is paint the bumpers. You've got all this fabrication done. Mike wanted them chromed. He wanted them to look how the Camaros were. That was a huge challenge, very difficult and time consuming, because all of the radical custom work, which looking at it you can't even see, had to be metal finished, because chrome simply lays on top of the metal. What you see is what's under there. So it has to be metal finished to the point of being polished. That was very difficult, and you will not see that. I have never seen that on any other car of any make. A car like this is only the result of the time that's put into it. And the more time you put into it with a set of crafted hands, better it comes out. The color Mike chose, the bodywork we agreed on, I absolutely love it. I love the entire drive line of this car. I told Mike a couple weeks ago if I had this car, I wouldn't change a single thing on it. So really, the whole thing was enjoyable for me. I'm going to hope that I can come out maybe once a year or so, visit Mike, visit the car. Maybe when Mike has more time in his schedule, he'll be able to travel a little bit with it, maybe come out our way to do some events, you know. Definitely going to miss this car. It's a really special car to me.